We focus on embodying and manifesting change. So we do this, again, in a variety of ways, usually collaboratively and usually around very important topics that people bring and that are, important to them in their lives. And one example of this is a woman who I'll call Nancy, who was in a recent course that we had, who ran a cancer unit in a large hospital. And she was one of the people who was, more oriented toward efficiency. And although she had a big heart, she didn't feel that it was appropriate to bring it into the workplace. And so what she saw in her team and what she reported as she came into the class was that, yeah, people were being kind of good, very good employees, and they were mostly doing things right. But that there was kind of low morale, that, there were still errors, there were still mistakes, and that somehow she just felt like people weren't being accountable and that they just weren't really feeling it. They weren't owning it as much as she was, and she really wanted everyone else to be part of it. And so for her, when she went through this process of opening up her mind and seeing, gosh, what is my habitual way of being a leader in the world, and what are my assumptions about that? She realized that efficiency was kind of her main thing and that she was blocking something. Well, as we explored it further, she saw what she was blocking were the feelings that she was having about her patients and about the fact that in a cancer ward, especially the one she was working with, people were dying. And it was very, very painful for her, and she wasn't connecting to that. So when she was able to finally do that, it was a big epiphany for her, and she realized, oh, great, I don't actually have to defend myself from that by being efficient. I can just be the person that I am who cares about doing things well, but who also cares about people. And that she could allow herself the space to feel at work as well as to get the job done. So this had a transformative effect on her workplace, as you can imagine. When she started opening up to her own emotions, she was much more open to hearing from her folks, hearing what they were going through, inviting them to be more expressive. And, she found that along with that came much more creativity, more innovation, and they became kind of a model unit in the hospital, and they were able to take some of the things that they were learning about patient care into other parts of the hospital. So it was a really exciting story about how when we synchronize and when we kind of find our internal compass by bringing together the body, the heart, and the mind, it can really change the world.